Yo, baby pop. Hey, y'all. It's your favorite perky barista, Juanita Michelle, and this is the Broken Entrepreneur Podcast. We are here not to celebrate brokenness, but we are here to remind ourselves that sometimes it happens and we can only fix it if we acknowledge that it is existing, okay?
That's right.
I found my space, found myself in a space of brokenness in my business. My life was it was doing this, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
But when I stopped, recognized it, put a strategic plan together and start working it out, it gets better.
It does.
Okay? It gets better.
It really does.
But I'm excited because I got Miss Tina Shaw with us today from Tina's Truth. She is I'm gonna call her a serial entrepreneur, y'all. But she's gonna give us a little bit about herself. Tell us about this play that she got coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to hear how she went viral. How did that happen? But let's let Tina talk about herself, y'all. Because this lady got stuff to do. She busy. We ain't got time to waste. Miss Tina, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. It really is an honor, Juanita. You are definitely a SHE-Roe alone. I mean, seriously. I watch you and I am just in awe. And no, and I mean that. I don't say that to a lot of people.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. I just think you're classy, you're smart, you're intelligent, you're nice. I just, I love you, seriously. I'm glad. I just told her before this came on that I was honored for me to be her friend. I meant that, because we don't have a lot, that love you for real, is what I'm saying.
Yes.
I'm not talking about the foolery and the on Facebook praying hands type of shit. I'm talking about for real, checking on you all right, you need anything, supporting one another. That's what I mean.
Yes.
So,
wait a minute, y'all. She texted me one day like, Juanita, can I call you? I was like, yeah, girl.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
She didn't know that Juanita is what they call a cussing Christian.
Honey, I was so upset. And I mean, I was on the road. And you said, honey, it is okay. And I said, I'm just telling you, I need to. And I felt like I needed to talk to someone that not necessarily knew my past, you know what I'm saying, or knew how I was, just listen to what I was going through. And that's what you did. Because sometimes when you talk to people and they know how you were, they still see you as that.
And they never let you out of that box.
And they never took you,
Never let you out of that box, honey.
When I reached out to you, first I knew it was ordained because, I mean, it's not like I couldn't have called, but you're the first person I thought about. And I'm like, let me call. And I'm so glad I did because we're here.
Yes.
We got to know one another and we have a lot in common, which was so funny to me. Like, oh, this is my sister for real. I see why God said call her. Because you understood exactly what I meant.
Yes.
So that means a lot when you're going through to have someone that you can call that's going to give you not what you want to hear, but what you need to hear and need to know.
Absolutely.
So I appreciate that. I give that out. So when it's my turn to get it back, I'm so grateful.
And guess what? So what I've known about Miss Tina in this short time that I've known her is that she is a giver. She takes care of the community. She gives gentlemen a second chance. She's employing people. Girlfriend is working. She works. And I love to see it. It's very encouraging. And she paid for services. So she want to get something done. She coming in and she's paying for her help. She believes in taking care of business. I admire her.
Thank you.
I totally do. Yeah. So thank you. Yeah, thank you. And thank you for being a supporter of our Coffeehouse. That will be back online soon, y'all.
I can't wait.
Yes.
I enjoyed it. I came there with Peanut, our
yes,
favorite Peanut, and we had a business meeting actually about I was buying my first stock there. So that it's a lot of history that come with that. Like my very first stock, I bought and we met there, and so I liked it. And he said, get what you like. And I got a smoothie or something. And I just love the atmosphere. I was like, I see these on TV all the time. Or, like when people are in New York, because coffee houses are very prominent there. So I was like, that's what it reminded me of. Like I was somewhere in the Bronx at a coffee house where everybody knows your name. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And it just gave me that vibe. So then it went on till I was going with Tiffany Countryman at the thing, then Network and Chill, had our meetings there, ate some of your food, which, let me share something. I don't know. Baby, she had cooked some salmon, and I didn't even know, so I was like, is she cooking that? And everybody was like, yeah, she does that. So I ate that salmon and something that I know I tore it up right there. I didn't even know what the meeting was about. I was so busy asking everybody, have y'all tried this?
Oh my goodness.
But it was delicious. And you always had it. It was just like you were in a home. It didn't feel like, you know what I mean, a coffee shop. It felt like you were visiting your home. And I love it. So I can't wait till it's up and running.
Yeah, well, that's why we call it the People's Coffeehouse.
It was the bomb.
Because Miss Tina gave me the best shout out.
Yeah.
When I tell you, I almost bust out crying.
Yeah.
You was reading through that book and you start reading it, and it was like, oh my God, I need to go back and read my own words. Because you know, you write something and you put it out, and now it's published, now it's available, but you still have to go back because you were reading it, and I was like, oh my God, I was feeling it.
Yeah.
You know?
When you said the little girl, I was there with you. As a little girl and playing with your coffee, your tea party and stuff because what little girl y'all have not? Now come on, women, we all played that. So I was right there with you, and I'm like, now look at her manifesting that to now.
Yes.
So I'm a manifester.
Oh,
so that's why it just blessed me. The way you described everything, the book is just phenomenal. I'm a reader, so I like that. And it was times when I got locked up that I can't think of the name of those books back in the day. They were love novels, but it was a lady. I can't think of her name, but she was very prominent in the 70s. But anyway, she has books and books and books about romance and everything. So although my body was locked up physically, my mind was all in the book, honey. I was right where they were. I had on them long dresses, and my hair was blowing in the wind too, and I was on a horse riding, and the tall, dark, and handsome man came. That's where I was at. Before you know it, it was time for me to, go to court and get released. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Besides having to pray for people that I just really wasn't in the mood to do.
Wow.
But sometimes, you know what I'm saying, when you got a call in your life, you can't run from it.
You can't, but guess, let me take you way back. Speaking about that little girl, I don't think we give like us 70 babies. If you was raised up in the 70s and you watched Little Captain Kangaroo, did you watch Little Captain Kangaroo?
Honey.
Let me tell y'all how Captain Kangaroo helped us start manifesting. And you're going to trip. Because I think I'm the only one who really ties this together. Do you remember Simon?
Yeah.
Captain Kangaroo? And he says, well, you know my name is Simon, and the things I draw come true. Da, 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 da. So Simon had this magic chalk.
Yes, he did.
Simon would go and he would write down what he wanted.
Yeah.
And doggone, it would pop up off the page.
It would come off the page.
So I put that in with like our vision boards and things like that, or just making your plan. You make the plan and you make the plan come. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I'll be thinking about, sometimes I'm doing a vision board or I'm writing out a plan and I just start singing my Simon song, the words that I remember.
Say the remember.
Because it just makes me just understand that as children, they were telling us what to do. You put it down and you make it happen.
Yeah, and then of course, the scripture, if you have a vision, write it down, make it plain.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And then you turn around, we had him, and then we turn around, then later on that evening when you get out of school, you have Mr. Rogers. And Mr. Rogers always is going to tell you who you are and how special you are. I loved him. I used to love Mr. I wanted some shoes like that. I'm telling you, I wanted to, and that's how I learned. I wanted to tie my shoes so neat like he did. Little things. That's what I'm saying. It's very important. Especially, and I'm a visual. You know what I'm saying? So that was very important to me. And you couldn't tell me he wasn't talking to me.
Girl, listen. Our kids today watch them damn videos from Disney Channel with them smart mouth kids.
Yeah. No,
talking back to their parents. It's like we spend Disney making billions of dollars a year, and they teaching our kids how to be bad.
Exactly.
Mr. Rogers, he taught you. He modeled the behavior. You
Yes,
come
he did.
in, you put your sweater up, you put your outdoor shoes
out.
You know, it was just, he was so
Would you be
calculated.
Yeah.
His house was neat, everything in order.
Everything.
But then he gave you the freedom to believe, like, we're going to take you to the land of make-believe.
That's what he did. Yes, he did. He always had great guests, all colors. Which later on, you know, that they used to get on him because of him interacting with black people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But he stood for righteousness, and I never knew he was a Christian. But now that I'm older, it makes sense. It makes
so much sense, though.
It makes so much sense that he loved children and loved people. And they said that man was like that in real life, like out, you know, not just on TV. That's how he lived his life. And I was grown when he died, and I cried.
Girl.
Because he was a part of our lives for so long.
And again, to be able to see that and our kids experience that was some good stuff. And he was just teaching you how to be nice. That's
all he stood by. And so and that's really all I wanted. But it's funny how we lived over off of Fairview, off of Salem. We grew up on Fairview.
Okay.
And then from Fairview we moved to Kipling. Well, from those two areas, you know, I had white neighbors, you know what I'm saying? Caucasian neighbors, played with Caucasian all my life. Like, that's all we knew. My dad worked at Mr. T's. He was, he did interior and all that stuff. And then, honey, when my mom and my brother's father, who I call daddy, separated, then she met her husband, and then we moved in Westwood. I promise you, it was like moving from... It was a culture shock.
Really?
It was. I got bullied, and people say, "You?" Yeah, I got bullied because I was. What is the problem? Like, why doesn't anybody like me?
Oh wow!
You know what I'm saying?
You went from a neighborhood where all the kids played together to all of a sudden
all
it's
different.
Like, who is you? Who is you? And why are you over here?
Because you know how the little boys write your letter. Will you go with me? Yes or no? Circle yes or no.
That was a problem, wasn't it?
Yeah,
you was too cute.
I got bullied and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, until, and it seemed like when I broke from that, it seemed like from that day forward, it went all bad.
Wow.
Yeah, I just started fighting all the time. Like, I never wanted to experience that again in life, that fear that I had. And it was hurting my feelings because I didn't understand it. See what I'm saying?
So, you know, it's so crazy because, so I have 3 children. My daughter, she's 25. My sons are 33. And when my daughter was born, it was like, oh no, we have to love her. And we loved her. We sung songs to her. Beautiful, good morning, beautiful Kaylin. We just loving her, right?
Yes.
But the one thing, she said something about her not being prepared for the world. Because we loved her so much. And then you go outside, and then everybody's not loving you the way that we loving you. And so, girl, this little stinker, we call her Stinker. This little stinky girl, she believed, and I ain't mad about this. I have no regrets in this. But girlfriend didn't take out no trash. We ain't taking out trash. We got a house full of men. You know, she didn't take out trash. It was some things that's a man thing. And I wanted her to believe that. I wanted her to understand that. And to the point when she got her own apartment, girl, you know, that heifer called my son
to come and take the trash.
To come and take her trash out. But again, we put her together for a world who wasn't ready for her.
Right.
You know? And that's heartbreaking.
It is. It is very heartbreaking. You know, I was on the phone with C-Lock this morning.
Okay.
And I broke out into tears. He was taking his children to school. It was about 7-something this morning. And everybody that got out, every stop, I love you. Have a great day. Do good in school. Everybody. You know, you could just hear him. Love you, son. Have a great day. And I don't know why I got so... First, I was just so... it was just so great to hear. But then I just thought about because that's my passion. You know what I'm saying? Prison, black men. And I said, do you know what that could have done to some men that are in penitentiary doing life right now? My brother's incarcerated, although he was told he was loved. He just made a bad decision. But I'm saying there are some in there, like he said, that are so young and they have jersey numbers, like 42 years and they're 18. You know what I'm saying? Some of them have life and they're running around there, you know, listening to music loud. They playing football, getting put in the hole, thinking it's just life.
No.
And so he talked with a young man, and the young man told him that he was never told. He didn't know who his dad was, and his mother only called him B's and you dumb and, you know, can't wait till you get the F out. And then when he was a teenager, was putting him out. So that's my passion. That's really what I know that I'm here for.
Yeah.
It's always for the underdog. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Always. I've always been. I never thought it was funny. I was never that type of kid that laughed at the less fortunate. I never laughed at disabled children. I never thought it was funny, and I always stood up for them. And when I got into fights, it would be primarily for that. When I saw somebody else getting bullied and stuff like that, it's just so hearing like do that. I just said, you don't. I mean, I know you know, and he said I never got it. But so for him to be able to
understand that he needed it,
woo,
and be able to give it out,
honey, that I cried. He said, "Are you crying?" He was like, "Tina, oh my God, you about to make me start." He was like, "Man," he was like, "You just cleansing, sis." You know what I'm saying? I said, "I know it,"
and I can hear him saying that.
He said, "It's just cleansing," you know, because I was weeping because. I just said, just see, like I know you know, because those your babies, and I know you love them, but I'm just saying, my God, you don't know what a little boy that's going to school right with your boys right now wish that's what he had, because some people get hollered at from the time they get up. Get your MF shoes on, hurry the F up. And, I mean, they get talked like that from the time they wake up.
Yes. It's no peace for them.
And that's what I'm saying. It's horrible. Yeah. And so for them to hear that today, especially, I love you, son. Do great. Be great. I love you. Talk to you when you get out of school. You know what I mean? To his daughter. Be great, honey. Love you. Daddy love. He said that to each child leaving out. And it just my emotions just went all over the place. And I know because that I know how important that is. Life and death is in the power of the tongue.
Absolutely,
and those that eat the fruit thereof. So it's important. You know what I'm saying? So I know how important it is. I wasn't talked to like that, except, you know, get your fast A in here, you know, things like that, but never called a B. Where I had cousins that they were called that I don't even know if they knew their name.
Ooh. You know what? I can't imagine.
No,
I'm sitting here like, I can't imagine that.
I promise you.
I cannot imagine that. I cannot imagine that.
I've seen it. I've seen kids. I've seen girls downtown. I've seen where they're walking here and the baby maybe it'd be a 2 or 3 here. Now, you know his little steps can't keep up.
Right.
But you're miserable and you're mad about life. You're angry that you have children. Come on, damn, B, hurry the F up. I'm talking about 2 and 3. Yeah. So it's like, this is how they live. So if you're talking to them like that out here, I know I could about imagine how you doing in the home. So it made me, that's why scary. And it's very, 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 very scary. You know, and it just breaks my heart. So what I try to be, Juanita, is what I don't see in the world. I try to be that. Ooh. So if I don't see love, then I be the love. I don't have time to worry about what this generation is not doing.
Right.
Well, I focus on the ones that are doing and try to show love to those that are not doing, because maybe they never was told, I love you, you're pretty.
And you're right.
You see what I'm saying? You're a teacher, so I know you know firsthand about some things. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So children that don't have a coat, you know, shout out to Shondell that's taking coats up to the schools for children, because something so simple to us, you know what I mean? I never wanted, my brother and I were spoiled. So we never, a coat is the least, I lost coats a lot.
Girl.
Where there are some people that they have one coat and it's not even a heavy coat.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And then it's not clean. So that's where I'm at. I just don't have a lot of time. All I want to do is love, live, and laugh. That doesn't mean that I'm not in the real world and I don't hurt, because I do. I cried yesterday because to me, people don't have, when I work with people, they don't have the integrity or the workmanship that I like to deal with. You tell me what it is your services cost, I'm paying you. If I can't afford it, then I can't afford it, and I'm going to let you know that. I'm not going to waste your time. But if we're doing business, communication, the lack of communication for me leads me to misinterpretation, because my mind is I'm still getting my mind together, because I've been through a lot, Juanita. So I have to separate. You're not in the streets anymore, Tina. You're here. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. You can't handle stuff like you're in the streets anymore. So you're here and you're safe, because the little Tina.
Oh, you said that.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm safe. I don't have to. You don't have to operate in flight stage. You don't have to go from 1 to 1,000,000 real quick anymore. You can try to text them and say, hey, I reached out. But see, that gets on my nerves so bad, because young people, because they keep the phone in their face, so we're going to quit playing games. And then, too, if you're a woman, I know if that man texts you, the phone ain't even, it hasn't even rang. Hello? It's your thirsty ass. You know what I'm saying? You see, and then it pisses me off. Now I'm trying not to get mad. I'm sorry. Well, make me mad. But I'm just saying, stop playing with me. Oh, I didn't see my phone, or I was busy.
Before somebody get hurt.
I mean, that's how I be feeling. They want to switch it around like I'm the Looney Tune. Nah. I've paid you. Or I'm paying you. I'm not one time missed a payment. Right. Once you do what you say, I pay you. So I expect you to do the same. So I've been running into this for almost a year. So I had to take it back. Yeah. I'm serious. And I have to be more strategic about who I choose to do work for me. Because I do business with my heart instead of my business mind.
So we both are heart driven.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of the things that I did at the Coffeehouse was heart driven. And I did it because I felt like it was a good thing for me to do. And I did things because I felt like I was building a community. And the one thing that I can say today is that people like what's new. So you good while you new. You good while, while it's popping. And, sometimes people aren't forgiving of things that happen. You had a chicken salad today. It's like, but right now I am. It's only one meat. We only making so much. We don't have the big refrigerators in the back. We ain't got 10 gallons of chicken salad at the time. We ain't making it like that. Right. But it's a good thing when we do run out, because that means somebody ate a whole lot of chicken salad that day. I know it's good, honey, because you can cook. But, but come back on the next day and get some. And then come back earlier or whatever. But don't discount us or don't discard us because at that one time it happened. Because we're a small shop, so we're working on limits.
Exactly, but you seem like you would know that going in, but go ahead.
But the funny part about that is, I've been to Panera Bread, I've been to McDonald's, I've been to several places, and they're out of stuff. They never go out of business.
And they still go right back.
And you go back without a complaint.
Not a one.
Or a post. A complaint or a post. They don't happen. But, I get it. But I do also, I've learned to be graceful.
That's me. Yeah.
I've learned to be graceful.
In spite of, yes.
In spite of. And even when I go to small businesses, if I go to a small business and it's not quite the service that I would want, okay? Because I'm funny about how I'm treated.
Oh.
I'm funny about the way I'm treated. I want you to tell me hello when I walk through the door.
I went somewhere and they didn't today.
I want you to not try to read my mind what I want. Or I don't want to read your mind acting like you done said, how can I help you?
Exactly.
You didn't say that.
You didn't say it.
You didn't say that. Say it. Hi, how are you? How can I help you? Welcome to so-and-so. How can I help you? Is that is not hard. It take you all but 3 seconds, okay? But even in spite of that, sometimes I don't hold that against you. I come back anyway. Because it's like, well, they'll get it together. Today is a bad day. Because even at a third Perk, you may walk in and somehow, some way, somebody didn't tell you hi. Somehow, some way. I don't
Never
know.
happened. You just trying to be modest. No, never happened.
Somehow.
Never.
Somebody
Every time I
didn't say
hunted that little young lady, which who I grew to like.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I looked for her when she was there. We talked, and I love art, and she would draw, and I encouraged her. I told her about modeling. She was shy. I loved her. I loved her voice. I loved how because sometimes I may come in wired up and don't know why, because that's just me, like sometimes a live wire. But I would come there and speak with her, and just her tone alone would bring me down. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I can make it for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know we don't do it, but I can.
But here's the thing. That's called customer service.
That's it.
Especially when you come into a place, you don't know what you're ordering, you don't know what you want. But if you talk to me about what you like, I'm gonna mix you up something that you like.
And that's what she was. She was perfect.
Yeah, that's good customer service.
That is good customer service.
Yeah.
I went somewhere today in Centerville called Zincs.
Okay.
And I walked in and no one said anything except when I walked up to look at the menu, it was a lady back there. I think she was prepping or something, and she turned around. She was extremely nice. Now, it's a wine place as well. They sell regular meat also. But no one, the customers, the bartender, whoever the guy was in the back, I don't know if he was the owner. I don't want to put the owner's name, but whoever, no one said a thing. I'm talking about didn't open their mouth. Not even after I served and wanted to tell the young lady, here's your tip. Thank you so much. They never once said, would you like to try some wine? Is there anything we can get you here? Never gave me eye contact or anything. Just that one beautiful person. So when I do my write-up today and go live and put their name out there, and we'll just see how that works.
Wow.
Yeah. So what you're saying, I didn't get any. From her, I did. So I can't say the whole plate, but I'm saying I got it from one person. But it was so many other people in there that didn't say, and I'm talking about when I say didn't even look at me, when I turned that way, they looked down or they looked away.
Honey, we speak to everybody. Yeah. So one of my rules is you treat everybody like a 10. If you treat everybody like a 10 and let them earn your disrespect. Or let them earn their way out of the coffee house.
Right.
But don't it doesn't matter who it is. I don't care if you saw them begging on the street.
That's
we treat them all great. Because I had a young lady, I walked over her going into one place in downtown. A couple hours later, here she come into my space. And when she walked in, I said, hey, how are you? Yeah. She said, I'm fine. She walked right over. She said, how much is a turkey sandwich and some milk? And I was like, and I told her how much it was. She went in her pocket. She counted out this change. She handed it to me. I said, I'll be right back. She had that sandwich. She went over there, crossed her legs, ate that turkey sandwich, and drank that milk and watched the snowfall. I will never forget it because it taught me. She wasn't looking for anything from me. You know what I'm saying? She came in there and she bought that sandwich. She just wanted some peace. And then after she finished, she sat there for a little while like a customer would. And then finally she got up and went on about her way. I said, have a good day. Come back and see us.
Now, what if you had treated her because you had just walked over her earlier?
And I treated her like that?
Treated her like that. But see what I'm saying about the different people? That's why I say I rock with you. No, but everybody is not like, they don't have the same spirit that we have. It's a lot of people like us, but it's a lot of people that are not.
Well, I am biased because I also have a son who deals with mental health issues. So because I have a son who's treated with mental health issues, we deal with him living with bipolar disorder. So if he's in a manic space, he may do anything. And the one thing that my heart doesn't want anybody to hurt my son, to mistreat my son, to discount him in spite of what he's going through. In spite of who he's truly presenting at that time.
At the time.
I want him not to be, I want him just not to be hurt. You know, so my prayer is like, just don't hurt him. Just don't this, you know. And I'm thankful for those who can guide him on his way without
being mean and being very cruel to him,
or having or anything that's foolish about it. So I'm thankful for those moments. So therefore, I have to give grace and mercy because I be looking for it,
honey.
And that's my thing.
That's right.
I give what I be looking for.
Yes, please, because I know me. You know what I mean? I know I'm bettering. Yeah. I'm improving. I'm striving for perfection, but I know that I am imperfect, and sometimes my low is different than what the average person's low is. You understand what I'm saying? Because I kind of go low. Whoa. But hurt people. So now I'm not hurting as much, so I don't hurt as much. And I'm intentional about that. I'll just hang up the phone now. Whereas sometimes I would stay on the phone just so I could hear something if you thought you wanted to say something. Because I'm coming at you. Because I'm so eager to, because that's what my flesh would want that so bad. And sometimes, being brutally honest, I miss it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm so tired of being the bigger person. You know what?
Because I was walking around a couple days ago. I wanted to take a sock and fill it with C batteries. And there was somebody I wanted to smack across the face. Because I felt like they deserved a slap with a sock full of C batteries. And I just wanted to slap them maybe 4 times. Because you should do things in even numbers. You shouldn't be odd about it. You should take that sock, fill it up with at least 6 C batteries. Don't do 2, because you got to be even about it. So when you put that sock, and maybe add 2 socks, because you don't want it to bust. You don't want the sock to tear or rip when you hit that person across their face the first time. It got to hold up for at least 4 blows across the face. And this is why me and Miss Tina Shaw was not friends as teenagers, because I went to the military at 17. I was firing machine guns, throwing grenades. Now, what was we gonna do with that in a city like Dayton, Ohio? We would have been like Thelma and Louise. We would have had to jump off the Meade building with some shenanigans with my creative self. Because I always say, you only 1 degree away from being good or being bad. Okay, y'all. I'm going to stop making Miss Tina cry.
Oh, God.
Miss Tina, tell us about...
You got to have me back on, because I got to go to rehearsal.
I know you do. But before you go,
okay,
tell us about Tina's Truth and tell us about your play. Because she got to go, y'all. So we gonna talk about this.
Will y'all tell her, have her back so I can get on here. Please, if y'all knew what this day has been like, y'all... I'm telling you, it's been something. Tina's Truth skits you can find on YouTube under Tina's Truth. You can look at Tina's Truth skits also on TikTok, which is Tina53. You can go to Facebook under Tina's Truth, and then my main page is Tina. What am I? Tina M. Shaw.
It's not Tina Star.
Not anymore. I had to change it in order to try to get some money. They wanted my government. So there's under Tina M. Shaw, and then in parentheses is my maiden name, Tina Keith. And I am a Daytonian, born and raised here. So is my parents. But this play is called It's Going Down at Nana's House. Nana was created. I went to buy a wig one day just in case I wanted to do a skit. I don't know. That's all I thought. And I bought the wig, and I was negotiating with the lady at Essence, and she said, okay, so I said, all right. So it was in my closet for a long time. So they couldn't make it to do a skit. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm always going live. I put the wig on, and instantly, hello, my name is Earlene, came out.
Wait a minute, what's her name?
Earlene James.
Earlene James.
My brother's biological name, his name is Jesse James. He's named after his dad.
Okay.
So I always have, that's my ex-husband. Earlene's ex-husband, who has passed away, his name is Jesse James.
Oh, wow.
And so that's it. So my brother's nickname is Pumpkin, I have a character in the play named Pumpkin.
Okay.
So I try to have anybody that I know's names that I've dealt with as the characters in my skits. But it's going to be amazing. Everything is improv. Nothing is scripted.
Okay.
Some of my skits, if you look at them, we're in season 8 going on 9. They're based off of real life issues. From my daughter coming out that she was a lesbian to My grandson has stole $100K from some gangsters in the streets, and now he's jeopardized the whole family.
That Joshua.
And I've lived through that. So I know, not in my household, but I'm saying friends of mine that literally have gotten their grandmother and grandparents killed. You understand? So I'm making it light of it, but it's still serious. It happens. That's why people resonating with it, because there are young people that are in, or not just young people in the streets.
Yeah.
They come to your granny. They come to their nana. And then you have the nana. Some nanas are enablers, and Erling is definitely an enabler.
Oh wow.
She's an enabler.
So you got a play going on this weekend.
February the 3rd, from 1:30 to 3:30 at the Downtown Library.
Okay.
So tickets are $25. You can pay at the door.
Okay. Now, are you going to do this play again?
Everybody seems to think it's going to be go on and on. It's probably so.
Okay.
Juanita, when I have visions, even with my divine healing, women's and men's empowerment, I have a vision and then I just go. I didn't know the first thing about an empowerment.
Okay.
I just had the vision and I knew I wanted to share and empower.
Okay.
Women and men.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I just felt it's needed. I said it. My team said, "Okay, I got you." And this will be my third one this year coming.
Wow.
So my skits, one skit with 4 million, got 4 million views.
4 million.
Just posted it, and it was literally a phone call. "Hey, girl, come down here and do a skit with me. I think it'll be fun." "Okay, what you gonna do?" "I don't know." She got there. I was like, We both was like, "What could it be about?" I was like, I know. "Okay, say you are my my husband's mistress, and you coming to tell me that you got a baby."
Oh.
We did it. 4 million views with a regular camera. Nobody had acting, nothing. Just
wow.
From that one skit, I did a season, and now we're on season 8. So this is almost 2 years later. So TikTok, I have 920K followers.
Okay.
My regular page, I think I'm at 38K or 40K, and then Tina's Truth is 37. Instagram don't really fool me that much, and the reason being, I don't really do a lot on Instagram. So social media is kind of like a relationship.
Yes.
The more you interact with it, then the algorithm will mess with you. But if you only put out a little bit, you're only going to get a little bit in return.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So with me having all platforms, it gets tiresome now. You know what I mean? It's just, it gets weary. Literally. I just want to be able to create, but trusting somebody with that information can be scary too.
Yeah. You
know what I'm saying? So, but I'm just going to continue to create and keep going. People ask me, what did I do? To be honest, I don't even know enough to tell you what to do, except that I'm being organically myself, just being unapologetically me. That's it. So when I go live, if you're bougie or if you're religious, you have a religious spirit, you don't want to go live with me.
Okay.
Because I'm going to keep it raw. I'm going to talk about my life. I'm free of drugs and alcohol. I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about when I was in closet, literally smoking and hiding and tweaking. And we're going to talk about me having a good time. You're going to see me laughing and dancing.
But I don't understand why somebody spiritual, religious, or whatever would have a problem with that, because it's called deliverance.
Well, they do, because some people feel like you telling too much. People just get on here and tell everybody they business.
Isn't that to God?
But I just
glory?
First off, it says Tina on everything. First things first, and it's my story, and I say what I want to say, because first off, I'm grown. But second off, I'm grown, and it's my story. And if I want to share it, which you do every time I share anything, from domestic violence, from being tied up, put in the trunk, from being forced into prostitution, from being introduced to crack cocaine at 16, from being molested at 7, from being raped throughout my whole life. Didn't even know it was called rape because it was so the norm. I mean, from drinking alcohol as a child, from being in and out of jail, but never got a penitentiary number by the grace of God, from having a prison ministry, going back into the same places, going into crack houses, going into the neighborhoods that I used to sell dope at, because I was a dope dealer first, and then got introduced to the drug, and then wrestled with it on and off until 6 years ago, on and off. You know what I'm saying? So I've evangelized, and so you run into that, which is why I don't now go into a building.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? I just don't. Not saying that I won't anymore, or I just don't right now, because I study a lot, and a lot of stuff I've had to unlearn.
Okay.
Because it wasn't truthful. So, but that's a whole nother podcast where we can have a good conversation on. But what I do know is love covers a multitude of sins.
Amen.
I know that grace and mercy is real because I'm sitting here.
Yes.
I know that I'm loved because I'm sitting here, and you asked me and I'm honored. And somebody as classy as yourself, you understand what I'm saying? That doesn't mean I don't have class. We just went two different ways. And the way I went, I can go anywhere in the world, like your training in the service. You can go anywhere and survive. Well, the streets taught me that I can go anywhere, any part of the world and survive, simply because I learned the hard way. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said the trials and tribulations were horrific, from being beat with an extension cord. You know what I'm saying? For, you know, I guess to try to beat me into submission, but it put fear because he was sick. But after a while, that went away. I was no longer scared, you see? And so when that came, it seemed like that's when I became hardened to things that happened. I suppressed. Let me say that. I suppressed a lot. So that's what happened. You just suppress, but it's not just me. It's our people as a general. Whatever we go through, we just keep going. Nothing really got dealt with. From my mom to her mother to my great grandma, my ancestors, period. We just had to move on.
Right.
Nobody went to therapy. You just moved on.
That's what we did.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's what a lot of people still do.
And that's when I learned, and that's what I'm saying. I'm learning that I'm okay, Tina. You're okay. No, you're not in harm's way. Nobody is hurting you at this moment, so it's okay. So if this person is not calling you back in a couple of days, that doesn't mean go blow up their car or go and pay somebody to beat them up, or you take some batteries in a sock and bust them upside their head. Because you running a business now, you are a brand. Plus, that's just not who I be. Without all of that, inside of my soul, that's not who I want to be. But do I still wrestle with that? I do every day of my life. I do. And I'm the biggest crybaby ever. And it's good because there was a time that I couldn't cry, Juanita, because you can't cry when somebody is there with guns up to your head robbing you. I'm talking stuff. Now, that was foolish, but they didn't see no fear. You know what I'm saying? When we were in LA and we're in Blood neighborhood, but these were Crips. But we're so ignorant, we're young, we don't know. We got a bunch of money trying to bring back cocaine, and they're talking about taking our life. You couldn't show no fear, couldn't show anything.
You couldn't.
You see, I would have they would have devoured me out there if that's what I showed. You see what I'm saying? So I had to learn when to be soft and how to talk soft and know that it's okay. And it's okay for me now to love Tina because for so long I didn't.
Wow. Y'all, unfortunately,
I know I do.
We gotta stop. And we ain't stopping because we want to. We stopping because we got to. And so I'm gonna let y'all know, Miss Tina will come back. You gonna come back, right?
Yes.
But until then, we just, like I said, we just gonna stop. And y'all tune in for the next episode of The Broken Entrepreneur.
Thank you. Peace. Love you. I love you. Thank you so much for having me, Mama.
Oh my